Hey friends, Mark here. Actually, I was just here at Home Depot with my lovely wife, and this gentleman, your name is?
Frankie.
Frankie. Frankie
Yeah.
came up to me and said, Jobu, I follow you, man. I appreciate the support, man.
Yeah.
I see, is this part of the honeydew list here?
Well, this is me to do.
Oh, me to do.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is a
okay.
personal project. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man. So,
Maybe I should. I know your contract. You should just come in and do it for us.
oh, okay.
Cowboys fans stand together, right?
Okay, yeah, we'll definitely talk about that, man. But like I said, man, you never know who you're going to see out there.
Yeah.
So, guys, I'll see you guys later. Oh, hey, friends. Mark Holmes here. Jobu, well, his lazy ass, of course, is down in the man cave. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Because without you guys, well, I wouldn't be able to make it without you guys. You know, yesterday was a really interesting day. And I mean, not necessarily interesting in a good way. You guys all know that I had a friend of mine gave me a tip that turned out that it may not be correct. And Mike Fisher said that there's no truth to it whatsoever. So it was wrong. And boy, did I get a lot of flack, you know. Some YouTubers out there basically said, you're just a clickbait artist. You just are a liar. You just made the shit up, you know. I had people basically call me a piece of crap and stuff. And the interesting thing about it is, it actually took me back to something that happened to me in my life. You know, sometimes bad shit happens, and when you're in the middle of it, it's the worst thing in the world. But then you realize later, it happened for a reason. Now, I know, like I said, some of you guys don't believe me, think I just make shit up and all that, and that I have ulterior motives for doing videos. But I met a guy years ago, old guy, wealthy guy and everything else, and I asked him, I'm like, why are you teaching these classes? Why are you doing the speech and stuff? And he said, because I don't want my stories to die with me. And that's me. I try to share the little bit of knowledge that I have, my experiences and things like that. You know, maybe see if I can help somebody else before I go away from here, and maybe when I'm gone, I won't be forgotten. Yeah, that one didn't go all the way through. But I think back to 1994. Michael Anthony Fitness, he was only 4 years old at the time. My daughter Michaela, she was only 2. And between Christmas and New Year's, hold on for a second here, guys. Between Christmas and New Year's, Christmas was on a Sunday and it was a Wednesday. I had this little red spot on my knee. And my knee felt a little bit stiff. Didn't think much about it. The next day, it was stiffer and I had a little bit of swelling in it. And I had torn my ACL in high school, you know, my left knee, and thought maybe I torqued it and didn't realize it because I got to the point where I just ignore pain. You know, my other knee bothers me and I just don't think about it. If you don't think about it, you don't think about the pain. It doesn't necessarily hurt. It hurts, but you don't think about it. So I thought maybe I, torqued it and didn't realize it. Figured if it doesn't get better by Friday, I'll call the doctor and get them to look, my orthopedist, get them to look at it. Friday, there was a lot of swelling. And it started to feel warm to the touch. So I said, something's not quite right. So I called the orthopedics, and they said, well, look, we're closing the office up early because it's the eve of New Year's Eve. We'll make an appointment for you Monday. If it's really bothering you, go to the hospital, get some pain meds. We'll see you then. Okay, cool. Saturday morning, woke up, cold sweat, had 104 temperature, and my knee was bright red in the size of a basketball. My brother carried me downstairs, put me in the car, took me to the hospital. And this is the first time in my life I've ever been to the hospital and didn't have to fill out a single piece of paper. They took me in at Potomac Hospital, straight to the back, put me on a stretcher, put me on an ambulance, and sent me to Reston Hospital. When I ended up at the hospital, they greeted me at the door with about 20 people. In fact, I remember being wheeled down the hallway as they jammed a needle. I'm on the stretcher in my knee. And they're drawing out fluid and stuff on there. And from that point on, the next week, I did not know who I was. I was on so much medication. I ended up having 3 knee operations in that first week. They tried to do a scope because I had a flesh-eating bacteria, Streptococcus A. They tried to scope it out to clean out the knee, but the infection was so thick that it clogged up the needle. So they then had to basically go ahead and cut my knee open. And I know a lot of you guys are like, yeah, you're making this shit up. No, because here is actually my knee. Let me see if I can get this leg up a little higher. This is the scar from where they cut the knee open. And this, by the way, this is another injury. I actually got burned and it's been skin grafted. So that's why my leg looks like a lizard. But this scar right there is from that. So 3 knee operations, they ended up cutting it open and leaving it open for 3 days and then went back in and scraped it out some more. But I spent 6 months learning how to walk. And I'm sorry the story is getting long, but that time in the hospital changed my life. While I was learning how to walk again, I was a building engineer. I got let go. Since I got let go, wasn't making money, learning how to walk again, bills got behind, lights got turned off, things like that. And my ex-wife said, you know what, I can do bad by myself. And we broke up, and I got the kids. So I had a job I really loved, had a marriage that I thought was great, you know. I thought it was the greatest marriage in the world. And now I lost my job. I've got 2 little ones that I'm trying to raise, and I'm learning how to walk again. And it was the best thing that happened to me. And I know that sounds crazy, but when you're in the middle of bad times, you don't realize that it happened for a reason. The greatest thing in the world was raising my kids. Seeing them grow and become successful is a gift that money can't buy. That job that I loved, well, because I was learning how to walk, I started just doing little jobs and things. I always had skills doing woodworking and stuff, but I started doing little projects for people and things like that, and that developed into the Woodboard, my company. That marriage that I thought was the best thing in the world, I realized that it wasn't really that good. I found the woman that I love right now. And believe me, there's good times and bad times in there. But when you have bad times, that's when you realize who your real friends are. Oh, we've had some bad times with me and my wife, but my wife is stuck with me. She is always there. She'll put a foot in your ass and say, we're going to fix this shit. But she didn't run. And that's key. Because without bad times, you don't know what the good times are. When you do good, good things come back to you as well. Because in the midst of all of this, where I've had people tell me I'm a lying ass nigger, excuse my language, that I'm a clickbait artist, that the true fans came out and tell you, we believe in you. In fact, Twitter followers, something I don't usually get a whole lot of. Lots of Twitter followers. And so anybody who's actually started following me since all this has happened, I'm making sure I follow them back because you're supporting me. I need to support you. And if you support me now, sorry, compressor went off. If you're supporting me now, then I know you are a true friend. So that's a lesson to learn, guys. Hey, I understand if you guys don't like what happened yesterday. I wish that it had ended up being true, but you know, I went by what I was being told and reported it as such. So, in the end, take a lesson. Oh, by the way, I ran into one of you guys out there, Frank. Here's the lids that I'm working on for my fish tank stand. So go ahead and email me, cowboysmark94@gmail.com, so that way I can help you when you're ready to build your tank top. So guys, hope you're having a great Sunday, and I'll see you soon. Hello friends, Cowboy Jobu here with an unsolicited opinion on the Jobu wings. You were saying about the wings?
The wings are the best I've ever had. Hands down. Awesome.
Okay, well, we've been passing out our recipe. If you actually look on our YouTube channel, we have all the recipes for all this stuff on here.
With the women, with the ladies.
Oh, you know that. Okay, slide in a little bit here. Okay, all right, so on 3, James, get in there, man. Okay, we're gonna do How About Them Cowboys, okay? All right, everybody, on 3, How About Them Cowboys? 1, 2, 3.